Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. It's good to see you again. Before I start, I want to recognize that Skagit Valley College occupies traditional Native American tribal lands. And that reminds me to tell you that on May 21st, at 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to have a powwow at the Duval Pavilion, and all are welcome. Hope to see you there. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to show you how to create a photo montage in Adobe Premiere Pro, and it's really quite simple. You'll notice here that I have a folder with student photos. You might remember that last week I asked you to email me some photos so I could use that for this project. And I have 5 here. So if I open up one, you can see, there we go. All right, so we're going to use this folder for our project. So I'm going to change the name of this folder to Photo Montage. And there we go. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to launch our Premiere Pro. Okay, the first thing you'll see come up is the home screen. And you can do all kinds of things with the home screen. But today we're just going to create a new project. So you'll notice at the top left there is a new project button in blue. So I'm going to click on that. So we have the opportunity to name our project up at the top left. And so I'm going to type in photo montage. And then if we go to the right a little bit, it says project location. I don't want it in my lessons folder, so I'm going to have to choose a different folder here. And so I'm going to choose our photo montage folder right here and hit choose on the bottom left. Okay, and then at the bottom right, we can click on create. And there we go. And we have opened up our Premiere Pro workspace. This happens to be the editing workspace. So the first thing we need to do is import our images into this panel right here. This is the project panel. You might think of this as our storage closet. So I'm going to right click right in the blank space here and choose import. And then I'm going to choose our photo montage folder. Okay, so we're opening up the photo montage folder and you'll see our images. You'll also see the photo montage Premiere Pro project file. And so I'm going to click on the first one, hit the shift key and hit the last one. And so I select all the photos and I'm going to hit import. And there they go. And so you can see over here in the project panel all of our images. So if I double click on one of these, you'll see it shown in the source monitor right here at the top left. So you can review all your videos or your images in the source monitor. Now right now these images are officially called clips. And we want to move these images over to the timeline panel where we can create our sequence. So I'm going to click on the first one, hit the shift key and hit the last one just like that. And I can drag them over to the timeline or I can drag them over to the new item icon right here. So I'm going to do that. And you'll notice there are our clips in the timeline. And if we go to the top left, you'll see that our sequence is called image underscore 0433, but I don't want it to be called that. It was named after the first photo that we imported here. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the bottom. You'll see that our sequence has been saved in the project panel. I'm going to click on that and highlight it, and I'm going to call this photo, oops, didn't spell it right, photo montage. Okay, and then I'll hit the return key. So if you notice here in the timeline, on the top left, it does say photo montage now. Okay, so the timeline shows our clips in time, right? So pretend that this is the Ross Dam up at the Cascades, and then the Skagit River flows down in time until it empties out into the Puget Sound. So that's kind of an analogy of our timeline sequence. Now the first thing we need to do is expand our clips horizontally as well as vertically. So to expand these horizontally, I'm going to go down to the navigation bar right here. You see these two circles. I'm going to click on one circle and move it in, and you'll see that our clips are expanding. And there we go. Now in order to enlarge these clips vertically, I'm going to go to the track header for V1, and these images are in V1. So I'm going to hover over the top, and you'll see a double-headed arrow. Then I'm going to move it up and then let go, and you'll see all of our images there. So we kind of know what we're doing. And you'll also notice that up at the top we have the program monitor, and when we play our sequence in the timeline panel, it'll show our little video play. And notice that we have a playhead right here, and this is what plays our video. So I'm going to go up to the program monitor. You'll notice that we have a play button. So I'll hit the play button, and you'll watch the playhead go ahead and show all of our image one after another. There we go. That's in Student Life. There's Juan. He used to be the head of Student Life. And there's one of our powwows. And then once the playhead reaches the end, it stops. Okay, so how do you move that playhead back to the beginning? You just go up to the program monitor and see this button here. It says go to end. So we're going to press that, and our little playhead went to the very beginning of our sequence. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is add transitions, video transitions between each of our clips right at the cut and over here. So in order to do that, we have to have access to the effects panel, easy access. And so let's change our workspace so that we can see that effects panel easily. So I'm going to go up to the top and to the right, and you'll notice this workspaces button. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to choose the effects workspace. Okay, and there we go. We have a different workspace. And you'll notice in the effects panel, we have all kinds of things to work with: audio effects, audio transitions, video effects, video transitions, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to go ahead and use the video transitions. And you'll notice that we have a whole bunch of different sets of transitions: dissolve, immersive video, iris, page pill, all kinds of stuff here. All kinds of stuff to play with. I'm going to open up the dissolve folder, and you'll see that there's different types of dissolve transitions. And here we have the cross dissolve. This is the default transition. Cross dissolve has been widely used if you watch movies all the way back to the 1930s, they use cross-dissolve. So it's really easy. All you have to do is click on the transition and move it right at the cut between the two clips. And you'll notice a semi-transparent tan colored box, and that's our transition. So let's try some other ones. What do you think? I'll go to, oh, you want me to open iris? Okay, I'll open the iris. Anybody want the iris cross? Okay, yeah, let's open that iris. Let's use that one, and I'm going to drag it between these two clips at the cut. Anybody else? Oh, okay, so page peel. Let's try that. Page peel right here. Let's drag that between the two clips. Okay, anybody else? You want to try wipe? Okay, let's try the wipe. And you want barn doors? Okay, barn doors it is. So here we go. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4 transitions. I'm going to add 2 more at the beginning and the end. So I'm going to go up to dissolve. And I'm going to choose the dip to black. So I'm going to move one right at the beginning. And then I'm going to draw one at the end, just like that. Okay. And now the dip to black at the beginning is very interesting. It starts our video at black and transitions to the image. And the dip to black over at the end goes from the image and gradually transitions to black. So let's go and play our video. So I'm going up to the program monitor. I'm going to click the play button. And there we go. Here's our second transition. And our third transition, but it didn't seem to work. Our fourth kind of worked, but a little clumsy. And here's another one that kind of worked. And then we go to dip to black. Okay, I'm going to take this back to the beginning of our sequence. So I'm clicking on the Go to End button. Now you'll notice over some of our transitions, there's this red line. And that means that when we are recording this sequence, playing this sequence, excuse me, in real time, it's going to be really bumpy or it's not going to even work. So in order to solve that problem, I'm going to go up to the very top and click on Sequence, and I'm going to click Render Into Out, and then it's going to render this whole sequence here in our timeline. And you'll notice as it's rendering, that top line is green, is turning green, which is a good thing. Green is good. All right, so now it's over, and it's going to play for us automatically. So let's see how it goes. Wonderful. And here's our iris. Now it's working. Our page turn. Very good. And then we're coming towards the barn doors. Opens up, and then we go to dip to black. So there we go. I'm going to move this playhead back to the beginning. So next week, I'm going to show you how to export this sequence into an MP4, and then this MP4 is going to be formatted for YouTube, and then I'll show you how to upload it to YouTube. And then the week after that, I'm going to have you guys create your own photo montage, and we'll have a movie night. So I'll bring popcorn, and we can watch all of our photo montages. So it's good to see you. I'll see you next week and talk to you later. Goodbye.